Websites are made up by two ingredients: HTML, or hypertext markup language, and CSS, or cascading style sheets. The HTML tells the browser what to write, and the CSS tells the browser how to display what was written. On the left you see an example of HTML, and on the right hand side is the CSS example. Between the two of them you have everything you need for a fully functional website. I hope you're writing this down, since there will be a little test at the end. I'm just kidding about the test. Instead, I would like to tell you a little bit about communication in general. A long time ago, before radio, TV, the telephone, the internet, yes, even before Facebook, a simple task such as visiting your cousin Vinny could be made insanely complicated by the simple fact that you were not able to communicate. Now you have to deal with the servants, which was also very complicated, especially if the servants were French. There must be easier ways to communicate with one another. How do other creatures do that? Well, the northern white rhinoceros, for example, stomps in its own feces and leaves a trail behind. That is a perfectly suitable communication method due to the fact that the nasal cavities are much larger than the entire brain. That is not true for us humans though. Therefore, we prefer a written note, and after a Mr. Gutenberg has invented the printing press, leaving a printed calling card was the accepted method of leaving a note behind. It turns out that the pecking order of dogs depends on how high they can pee, and as it is within human nature to be a keen observer, marketing and advertisement was born. That started an insane run for marketing and advertisement executives. Any method was a good enough method to bring your point across, be it in newspapers, be it on billboards, the radio, or on the TV. And soon the air was thick with advertisement. You name it, anything you can possibly think of, there was advertisement for it. Anything from shoes, snake oil, Coca-Cola, you name it, there was advertisement. And where once there was quiet, now there was just a white noise of constant bombardment. Now the tactic had to be refined, or your advertisement would simply disappear in the crowd. Difference at any cost. Any trick is legitimate. Anything is allowed. You better be outstanding, no matter the price. If it is a different look, if it is a different move, if it is a different approach, you simply have to stand out, or you're just one of many. But simply doing the unexpected may not be such a great idea. If you're, for example, a tracking company, you may not want to use this as your advertisement, nor that. An Olympian may look good with that. Would you trust a construction company boasting these pictures? Here we go. How about a driving instructor? That's better. For a steamship line, these pictures may not bode well, but this is something anyone would be proud of. You can bring your point across in a million different ways, either by showing the cold hard facts, or you can be a bit more abstract and leave away the numbers. Another approach is to leave all the facts and figures and charts completely off the table and concentrate strictly on emotion. A picture of a face says more than 1,000 words. Unless your name is Spock. In addition to pictures and movies, you have the ability to bring sound into the equation in order to provoke emotions, such as demonstrated here. One of my all-time favorite marketing campaigns has to be the Wii. At the time of its introduction, the market was actually completely saturated with this technology, and there was technically no room for a third gaming console. Also, this was an inferior console on many levels when you compare it to its competition. How did the marketing department manage to carve a slice into the market? Simply by changing the perspective, or, if you will, the camera angle. Instead of showing the TV screen, Nintendo filmed the gamers. A simple and genius move that ensured Nintendo's survival for another decade. Let's take a look. So there you have it. Fact is that 50% of your marketing budget is a waste of money. Fact is that nobody knows which 50% it is. Fact is that pooping in front of your potential customer store is a perfectly acceptable behavior as long as your potential customers are rhinoceroses or have at least a nasal cavity that is larger than their entire brain. Fact is that for this fighter pilot, having access to a perfectly invisible airplane might be a great asset, but for this real estate couple, an absolute invisible building may not boast the desired results. Fact is that we should all be aware of invisibility. It is a problem that is often overlooked. Fact is, with power partners like Sean Najat and his search engine projects, he will make sure that your website will be found and you don't need to worry about invisibility anymore. And fact is, even though I did not teach you HTML or CSS, AFJ Solutions knows how to put the two of them together to create a beautiful, well-organized and profitable website for you and your company. Thank you for your attention and your continued support. Have a great day.